Okay, sorry about that. If you're like me, you have a million pictures on your phone, and I just ran out of space, so this is part 2. Okay, so we were talking about the under Start here. The third link is called Course Materials You Will Need for Each Speech. This is really, really important. So in here you'll see 5 different items that I have posted. The first is the formal speech outline template. And you click on it, it's a Word document. This is what you use to build your outline for every single speech except for the first one. The next is a guideline style sheet for MLA, citing work using MLA format. So you need to cite all of your sources that have not come out of here, which for each speech you need to think outside of your own head and find other research and do a fair amount of research. And so you'll want to cite those sources using MLA format. Here's a style sheet if you have no idea what that is. Also, there's, in relation to the MLA citing sources, there's a website right underneath that, which is really helpful. It's a Purdue OWL website that gives you some good tips and information on how to cite sources accurately. Also, for your speeches, which I'll get into in a second, you need to have an audience for all of your speeches except for the first one. So for those of you that are panicking about that, there are actually some great community centers and senior centers right in your hometown, even if you're in a small town, that you can actually use to go and deliver your speeches to. A big piece of this class is experiencing that public speaking apprehension that is completely normal, so that you understand how your body works through it. Your body and your mind work through it. We can't do that without an audience. So the fourth link there is potential places in your town that you could find to deliver speeches. And the last one has the grading rubric for all of the journals and all of the discussions for the class. So if you're wondering why you got a 7 instead of an 8 or a 6 instead of an 8 on a discussion, or if you're wondering why you didn't get full credit in your journal, check out here and you can understand why. Okay, so I want to just talk about the speeches and then turning in your work, and then just sort of some bits of quick bits of advice and encouragement. So speech delivery options. You have a couple options. For the first speech, you don't need an audience, so you can be in your home, that's fine. For every speech after that, you do need an audience of at least 5 people, and they need to be over the age of 16. You have 2 options for all of the speeches except for the persuasive. You can show up on campus, and I set aside 3 dates that we can meet as a class. This is completely optional, but we can meet as a class and we will serve as your audience together. Those dates are listed on the 1-page syllabus and also on the extended syllabus. Your other option, if you live far away or it's just not feasible with work or life commitments, you can record yourself in front of an audience and you can submit it, download it to YouTube, and put the link under the discussion for each of the individual speeches. I do not accept speeches in any other format, so don't send us a link or don't send us a big file, and do not email it to me. The only way I accept it is through YouTube. Also, with respect to that, turning in all of your work, it needs to come through Genesis, through the Dropbox. If in the event there's an issue with Dropbox, you can email it to me, but you want to make sure that it's emailed on time so that it's time stamped. So if it's later in the evening and you're finishing things up before the midnight deadline, and Dropbox is not working for whatever reason, you can always email it to me. But the one and only way that I accept work, unless it's an emergency, is through the Dropboxes on Blackboard. If you don't know how to use those Dropboxes, there is actually a lot of really helpful information under Start here. Okay, so how to navigate this course is online learning for me, and there are some under Find Help here on the left hand side, some helpful tools for you to figure out how to use Blackboard with an online class. Okay, and the last thing is, regardless of, again, why you're here, why you're taking this course, I want to encourage you to have fun. And with this class, because there's no specific topic and it's about actually speaking and writing professionally, you get to choose what you're going to research and talk about. So you guys, choose things that are interesting to you. Choose things that you know a lot about and you want to research more and you're excited to talk about. Choose things that you are curious about and you want to learn more about, like solar energy, for instance. If you're really psyched about solar energy, go research it and then give us an informative speech about it. Or if you're really sort of active in a political sphere and you really want to tell us about one political stance or one movement that's happening in a persuasive argument, research it and tell us about it. Don't research things that you're not interested in. Find topics that are relevant to you and you're enthusiastic about, and this class is going to be just way more enjoyable for you, I promise. I hope that you can make it to the class meetings. If you have any questions, the best way to contact me is my cell phone, so don't hesitate to call or text. Otherwise, you can certainly email me, obviously. All right, I wish you all the best of luck, and hopefully I will see you soon and we'll get to meet. Take care.